What is good, everybody? Mr. Boy Jay in the building is back again with another video. Alright, man, so the Orange Bowl Classic is less than a few days away, man. And I know FAMU is already in Miami as we speak. And I don't even want to get to like the actual game preview yet, man. I actually just want to get into the minds of FAMU just to see probably what they're thinking about and probably what they can possibly do to even upset Jackson State. Now, Jackson State is a different animal than UNC, in my opinion. And that's a fact for me because, for one, Shedeur Sanders, you know, him being the freshman player of the year last year, I think he's better than Drake May. And they're going to be they're going up against a more explosive offense. You know, with UNC, they had one receiver in Josh Downs, and they used nothing but tight ends, and they ran the ball. You know, and with Jackson State they're gonna try and come balanced, but I believe Jackson State is gonna spread the ball around. They have 3-star, 4-star, and a 5-star receiver in Kevin Coleman, so they are absolutely gonna throw the ball all over the field. So, you know, what FAMU is going to have to do is they're going to have to communicate in the secondary. You know, I think that was one of the reasons why, 50-something points were scored on them, because the majority of the time they were leaving the tight ends wide open, and, they were getting killed in the secondary. Hey, Drake May threw 5 touchdowns, so the communication for, in the secondary is going to have to be better. Now, it would be very helpful. It would be very helpful if Isaiah Land is back. Now, from what I saw, that, they are close to having Isaiah Land reinstated, but I think he traveled with the team. I'm not sure. But as I speak right now, I think he's still ineligible. But defensively, I think, honestly, I would play mostly zone most of the time. Even though, like, there are going to be times where you're going to have to blitz Shedeur Sanders and make him a scrambler. Because, look, like, most of the quarterbacks are scramblers. I don't see Shedeur Sanders as a scrambler, even though he can run the ball, but he's better when he can sit in the pocket and look for his receivers. Now, I'm telling you, like, his receivers can go. He has too many weapons for him to be standing in the pocket and looking. Now, look, Kevin Coleman, Quadarius Davis, Mark Pope, like, they have some absolute dogs at receiver. And if they want to, they can go into a 2 tight end set. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him go bunch, go empty, go trips, go double tight, like whatever. Like they can even get into an I formation and just hand the ball off to Savion Wilkerson or somebody, So Jackson State has a plethora of things, and it's going to be interesting to see what Jackson State comes with, especially with them playing with a new offensive coordinator. So it's really going to be different for us to see. And as far as FAMU on offense, look, Jeremy Musa has been a godsend. He's QB1 until further notice, in my opinion. Like, I'm sorry, McKay, but Jeremy Musa is the one. And, look, and Jackson State is going to come with a lot of pressure because they believe that their secondary is better than their receivers. And what I'm doing first, if I'm FAMU, just my opinion, if I'm FAMU first, I'm throwing deep. I'm taking Xavier Smith or I'm taking a Jamar Shareed, and I'm telling them, go. On the first play, I may not even send everybody deep. I may just send Xavier Smith and Shareed. I may send them both deep. Matter of fact, in the slot. I'll put them both in the slot and just have them go deep. Have outside guys do a slant and just see what happens. I'm going to see what happens because look, for me looking, a lot of times what Jackson State does at the start of the game, they'll play man and they'll blitz somebody right out the gate. So I'm sending two guys deep and I'm just gonna see what happens. But in terms of on offense, I think what FAMU is gonna have to do throughout the course of the game, they're gonna have to make a statement in the run game. Terrell Jennings had a decent game last week, so he's going to be a very much vital, important part in this game as well. You're going to have to set a tone in the run game early, and don't be afraid to use A.J. Davis in the passing game, especially with that amazing touchdown catch he had last week. That was dope. So, but yeah, you're going to make your linebackers play. Make those linebackers play in space. You got to turn R.B. Miller into a covering linebacker. Make him play outside the box. The battle is gonna have to be won on the line of scrimmage, and FAMU is gonna have to win their one-on-one battles on the line of scrimmage, especially with them being down 2 offensive linemen. They're gonna have to just come together and play very good football. Win your one-on-one battles. Communicate on the O-line. If you see blitzes coming, y'all gonna have to communicate. And Jeremy Musa is gonna be faced with a totally different fight than last week. Mind you, this is only his second start, so and look. Don't be afraid to throw at the cornerbacks. Matter of fact, if I'm FAMU, like I said, I'm throwing deep. First play, I'm going deep. I'm gonna test out the secondary. I'm putting Xavier Smith and Jeremy and Shareed in the slot. I'm having my two outside guys do slants, and I'm having them go fly routes. And I'm throwing deep. I'm going to test it out, and I'm going to see what happens. But Jeremy Musa should not be afraid to throw at the secondary because the team got to understand this. He got to know that Jackson State is going to they're going to play a lot of man coverage. They're going to play a lot of cover 1, cover 0. They're going to have a QB spy in the middle of the field. So my best bet, you're going to have to make sure he throws outside the numbers. Now for Jackson State is going to see something different outside of FAMU that they didn't see last year. Because I think Jeremy Musa poses a better threat than K does. So, but what FAMU is going to have to do is establish the run game early. They're going to have to win the one-on-one battles on the offensive line, and Jeremy Musa should not be afraid to throw at the secondary. Look, if we gotta methodically throw the ball down the field 4 yards here, 5 yards here, screen plays here, that's fine. But it's going to have to be a time to where you're going to have to throw the ball deep to just open up that secondary up. Look, don't be afraid. You can't be afraid to throw at them because they will make you pay. Look, and as long as they don't intercept the ball, continue to throw at him. Don't be afraid to throw at Nugget because he can't be beat. You're just gonna have to use some of your best playmakers and throw the ball at him. But I do believe that FAMU is gonna come to fight. I do believe this is gonna be a very good, interesting game, man. But FAMU has the tools to win this game. They most definitely do. So he just can't be afraid.